Here's the recap of how my first marathon went. Hey, what's up guys? It's Ethan. Haven't made a long video in a minute. Let's just say that the marathon was a lot of fun. We had a really good time. Shout out to Corey. Shout out to my brother Eli. It was such a fun time. We all had a blast out there. It was a really good time. For the most part, like I mentioned, the long runs were definitely something I needed to do a lot more. I went out way too fast. I told you guys in my post what happened. So I was cruising, man. Like I created this gap and I was like in first place for a long time. Like I was in no man's land out there. Like there was nobody out there with me. I was running alone. I was leading the pack. And after mile 12, I just hit this wall, man. Just hit this wall. I was going out really fast. I almost hit like close to 130 on the half marathon, and like around that 13-mile mark. And so I was cooking. I was running fast out there. You know, I was on pace for a sub 3-hour marathon. And I just went downhill after that. You know, my legs were shot. You know, my left calf was trying to cramp up on me. It was brutal out there, man. And it got pretty bad out there after like that like halfway mark for sure. My brother and Corey did a really good job of pacing themselves right. That's even what Corey told me on our last run together. He was like, bro, like if you were gonna hold that pace that you held, like that would have been pretty impressive. And I told him, I was like, bro, I was feeling great. Like up until that point, you know, I was around like mile 10, like, and I was like, man, I feel really good. And then, like I said, after that, you know, it went downhill. It was my first ever marathon. I've ran half marathons before. I've ran five of them before. So I know how to like pace myself a little better in a half marathon than a full marathon. So I think that's kind of what happened. You know, I just didn't pace myself properly. I should have probably slowed down a lot more. And then obviously like, you know, had enough in the gas tank to finish strong at the end. I just didn't. I just had nothing left in the tank at the end. You know, I was super tired. My legs were shot. It was a pretty humbling experience, man. So I'm going to run another full marathon in September. It's June now, so I got a lot of time to train and get in really good shape. And I'm going to run a half marathon at the end of the month too. So I'm pretty excited for that too. And it'll just put me to where I'm going to be. You guys will all be seeing in my training content about it. But I was just going to give kind of a short summary of how it went. I didn't really get that much footage of my race. My phone died during the run and I just couldn't really get that too many videos. But I do want to try to get more better content like, you know, during the race on my half and then obviously the full marathon again in September. But I learned I'm going to take it for what it is. All that mattered to me is that I finished it. I completed it. Obviously, we didn't get the result we wanted, but that's where we're going to get back to the drawing board. And I'm going to take it for what it is and take it as a really good learning lesson for me. I know moving forward what I need to do to train a lot more. I'm going to add some strength training to my routine, you know, get the legs strong for the marathon because man, my legs were hurting. I felt it a little bit, and that's what I didn't do during this training prior to this marathon. I wasn't doing enough strength training. I mean, I was doing like some calisthenics here and there or whatever, and then obviously the long runs too. We just ran 12 miles a couple days ago and it felt really good, especially being like the first run back since the marathon, like healed up pretty well. Fitness is going to get there, but I'm definitely going to do my long runs and get more mileage throughout my weeks and add some cross training. We'll get back into boxing training a little bit, add some other more training to my regimen and kind of go from there. But anyways, that's all I got to say. I'll be posting a lot of my training content on my pages. So you guys will be seeing me on my grind and we'll just keep doing what we're doing.